You gotta remember, 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 remember. Peace, 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 peace. So, I like to do a lot of research, you know? I do a lot of digging. I do a lot of digging. I ask a lot of questions. I don't believe what I hear. I don't believe everything that I read. You hear me? So, I figured it out. In order for us to navigate in this system, you have to learn how to decode. All right? You got to learn how to decode. You know, I read a lot of books in my time. I have. I read plenty of books. All right? I read the Quran. I read the Kabbalah. All right? I read the Bible. And I don't have no judgment and I don't have no opinions about any of these books. All right? However, what I did learn is that you have to decode. All right? You got to learn how to decode. All right? So, this picture, right? I'm like, damn. I start looking at this photo and I'm like, I got an aha moment. I was like, oh shit. Hold on. So Jesus and the 12 disciples, they weren't actually people? Hold on. I'm going to say that again for the ones in the back. So Jesus and the 12 disciples, they weren't people? Oh, snap. So Jesus represents the Son. The 12 disciples represent the zodiacs, us, Aries. He's at the beginning. Aries for the head, right? That's why he's standing with his hands on the table, right? We got good old Taurus, right? Then we got Gemini, right? Gemini, representing the two twins, right? Gemini rules the hands, the arms, the lungs. And we got Cancer, the fourth disciple. You see the Cancer? You see how he pointing to the female head? He pointing to the female neck to show that there's no Adam's apple. You see that? You see how he pointing? Then we got, hold on. We got Leo. Big Leo. Right? Then we got Virgo. Right? And actually that's a woman. That's a woman. That is a woman. And you know, I didn't know this. I didn't know it. I didn't know it. I didn't know it. You see? Virgo symbolizes being the only woman on the painting. Damn. That's a lady. Yes, Peter. You know, I thought these were real people. And we got Jesus, the Son, the light of the world, right? Right? And we got Libra. You see Libra? And you got Sagittarius, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Yes, Virgo, yes, that is true, okay? I say all that to say this, okay? So your signs, they represent, they are connected, okay? So we got Aries, which is connected to the head and the face. Taurus, the neck and the throat. Gemini, arms and hands. Cancer, chest and the heart. Leo, the upper back. Virgo, the stomach. Libra, kidneys and bladder. Scorpio, the genital area. Sagittarius, the hips. Capricorn, and so forth. Alright? Just like the 4 Gospels. Represents the 4 seasons of the year. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. You see, you could get lost in the sauce. You can get lost in the sauce. You see, because a word is born. I thought that Jesus and the 12 disciples was people. You know? Now I understand how Jesus knew that Jesus was going to get betrayed. Right? This is why everything is based upon this. You hear me? They know this. And that's why it's always a sun behind in the back, right? Of every photo, right? 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 They know this. The name of the book. This is the name of the book. Oh, Carolina Bell, shout out to you. The 13th zodiac sign. Oh, look at you. Yes, it's not in here. It's not in here. You are absolutely correct. You're correct about the 13th sign. Listen, we got to get put on the Gregorian calendar anyway. You know, all of this stuff, they lie. Okay. You know, I don't know. You know, when they say Jesus walked on water, they didn't mean that literally. You know, you got to learn how to decode. Okay, you have to be able to decode. Okay, when they was talking about Jesus walked on water, they was talking about how he astral project. How he astral project, okay? And yes, was able to come out the body. Was able to come out the body, okay? Come out the body, right? So that he could see the real reality, all right? So that he could see the real reality. So all that walking on water, they didn't mean that literally, okay? You got to know this. These are what you call sigils. You see? These are what you call sigils. Okay? You can make up sigils. Right? You can make up sigils. Sigils are very powerful. Okay? Because if you didn't know, the realm that we are on is all, everything is codes. Everything is symbolized. You know, you got to decode in this matrix, in this reality. Okay? You got to learn how to decode. Because everything is symbols. All right? Everything is about what you see is not what you see. So whenever something is being presented to you, okay, you have to be able to look past the surface of things. Okay? So these are what you call sigils, which they made up, right? Okay? These are symbols, okay, that represent things, okay? And the sigils you can use, okay, to help with magic, all right? And magic is not evil. Magic is not bad, but they're going to tell you that, okay? You're always going to you see this everywhere you go. You see symbols all over this realm. They use symbols for everything. They use symbols for everything, bro. They use symbols for everything. They use symbols for everything. What we talking about here? Huh? Hold on. Hold on. They use symbols. Look. You see this? This represents the Kundalini energy. You see, they use symbols. Okay? You got to be able to, this is the they use symbols. That's the language. All right? You got to be able to decode. Okay? It wasn't none, it wasn't no words. All right? It was no words. Let me repeat that again. Okay? There were no words. We didn't use words. All right, look. 111, I say. Confirmation. We did not use words. All right, we had to draw. We had to draw to explain what we seen. We had to draw to explain what we knew. Okay, all right. This came later on down the line. Okay, letters, numbers, that came way down the line. The alphabet, the alphabetum system. Okay, and yes, we use telepathy. Absolutely, we use telepathy. As we start to fall from grace, right? The more we fell from grace, the more we had to dim it down. So numbers, all right, and then numbers and letters are connected. But this came way down the line, all right? We ain't had this yet, okay? We did use telepathy to talk to each other. And then when we fell from frequency, we started to use symbols. They use symbols everywhere. They use symbols and they use colors, okay? They use symbols and they use colors, all right? Everywhere you go, you're going to see a symbol, okay? You're going to see a symbol. This is what I mean by, in this reality, you have to be able to decode, okay? Forget the words, okay? You got to be able to decode, okay? Because even when you see a word, right? Even when you see a word, that word still means something else. That word represents something else, okay? So you got to look up etymology, all right? This is what this is all about. They use symbols everywhere. You ain't gonna go nowhere. Look, you are not gonna go anywhere on this realm and not. They use, that's how they speak. That's the language, okay? The real language, words are not involved. You hear me? All right? So when you do use words, okay, understand that words are spells. They use words and symbols, okay, because they understand the power of sigils, okay? Symbols are sigils. They understand, because we are electrical beings, that if we see a symbol, right? If we see a symbol or we see colors, it affects us, right? Because colors and frequency, that is what we are a part of. Colors and frequency, it affects us, okay? So when we see certain colors or we see certain symbols, it's going to trigger something in us, okay? That's how come we were born into sin. When they say we was born into sin, they don't mean we was born into being bad. That is the sine waves. Sine waves, because this realm is based on energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay? The colors and frequencies are correlated. We are connected to that, and they know this. This is why they hit us with the symbols, and we always knew that. Okay? So yeah, we had to draw things. So when you see certain things, right, don't take it literally. Like when you see this, when you see a man with a dog as a head, for example, don't take that literally, okay? It's symbolic. It's symbolic. Everything is symbolic. Nothing on this realm is not symbolic, okay? You're gonna see that everywhere because that is how you speak. That's the language, all right? That's the language. They know this. You see? They know this. This is the secret. That's the secret. You gotta be able to decode. Alright? So when you see things, you gotta know what it stands for. Okay? Because it's gonna affect you. Okay? It's gonna affect your Merkaba. It's gonna affect your shit. Okay? The body is a shit. When you see stuff like this is not, don't take this literally. Alright? Don't take it literally. This is symbolism. The name of the book is Book of Wisdom. Screenshot that. Screenshot the book. Alright? And when you read in books, don't believe everything you read. You got to do your homework. Okay? You got to do your homework. Let me show you. Everything is a symbol. Even your goddamn nose. Alright? When you breathe in and out your nose. When you breathe, that's why breath. Life is in, the life is in the breath. The breath is in the life, all right? So even when you breathe in, okay, it's a portal. All right? Even your nostrils. So let me show you something. Look, they know. They always using symbols and codes. And look, they're going to use colors too. They know blue represents your throat chakra, affects your throat chakra. They know about mudras. Everything is symbols. Look at the mudras. Mudras. Mudras is symbols that you use with your hands, okay? Because your hands have power, all right? You can use your hands to connect to elements of this realm, all right? Your phalanges is connected to the elements and the planets, which are inside of you, if you didn't know this. This is why they got the hand symbols. You hear me? You don't know this. You know, when you in church, or you know, when you go to masjid, you got certain positions and postures that you are in, right? When they pray, ain't your hands like this when you pray? Then they tell us to put our hands like this when we pray. But they didn't tell you why. They didn't tell you why. They don't want you to know how much power you have. You see? So we gotta be able to see, once you start to, that's why they say you gotta learn yourself. Because once you understand yourself, once you learn how your body operates, once you understand how your brain functions, once you understand that you have these tools, you got a conscious mind and subconscious mind, and you understand how they operate, it's ball game. When you understand that you are not just this body, and you understand that you have soul, mind, and spirit, okay? And this is what creates this. This is what makes this, okay? You gotta remember this. You gotta know these things, man. They're not gonna tell you this shit. They wanna do this. That's why they call themselves this. Because they wanna do this. You hear me? See how you gotta decode? You see how you have to decode. Once you learn how to decode, you're gonna learn how to operate. You're gonna learn how to navigate. Alright? Once you understand how you operate, you see? You got a left side and a right side. Alright? You see that? Don't that look like a tree? Doesn't this look like a tree? Doesn't this look like the tree of life? You see how you got to be able to decode. You got to be able to decode. You hear me? You see? This is in your mind. This is where the soul sit. All right? That's why it's always mind over matter. Because your mind is what makes this matter. You got to understand how you operate. You got to know how you work. Okay? They know how you operate, but because you don't understand how you function, because you don't understand how the body works, even your feet, you don't know this though. So you got to start doing your homework. And I'm gonna tell you something else. You see all of these people, they was vegan. I was like, oh shit, they was vegan. These people were vegan. But they tell us to eat meat. But they was vegan. These people was vegan. Because they understood that you are what you eat. They understood that you are what you eat. They understood your intestines. They understood the inside, how the inside worked. So these people was vegan. And that's funny to me that these scholars were vegan, yet they want us to eat meat. You got to do your homework. You see this? This is alkaline foods. This is your acidic foods. Screenshot that. Screenshot that, A. Alright? It's mind, body, and soul. You got to get the body right too, because the body is the vehicle. You see? This going to put you on a human diet too. You know how to eat properly. But it talks about fasting. You want to know why they call fasting? They call fasting fast. See how you got to decode? I'm going to say that again for the ones in the back. They call fasting fast. You want to know why they call fasting fast? Because guess what? When you fast, that is the fastest way to reconnect. That is the fastest way. All right? They knew this. You don't know this. But they tell us, you better go on and eat your meat. But the scholars, they were vegans. You see what I'm saying? They understood that you are what you eat. Alright? So, hey, when you see us walking around and we be preaching, don't you eat that, it's for a reason. We don't wanna mess up your fun. We don't want to mess up your fun. We want you to have fun while you're here. We also want you to be able to be here, okay? Because if you don't take care of this body, this vehicle, you ain't gonna be able to. You can't operate. You see this? Vegans, right? Look like when you decode. See, if you decode the word veganism, you get saving me. This is why I say you have to know how to decode. It froze? Oh, man. Is it still froze? No, everyone doesn't have the same blood. You're right about that. Everybody is not the same. Whoever said that. Oh, my finger in the way. Oh, excuse me. Okay, if you decode the word veganism, if you decode it, you get the word saving me. You get the word saving me. I'm not saying everybody got to be vegan, you know. I mean, I would, I wouldn't eat the meat. I wouldn't eat the meat. But you could do what you please. If you want to eat the meat, you go ahead and eat the meat. However, once again, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. You see these people? Oh yeah, let's not forget about Dr. Sebi. They were vegans, okay? So don't sit here and tell me that you are not what you eat. You don't, listen, you can eat meat. I'm not telling you not to eat meat. Everybody is different. You right about that. You got some people that's on this planet that ate pork their whole life and they was good. You hear me? However, fasting, all right? If you want to heal yourself, right? This is for educational purposes too, by the way, TikTok. Fasting. And they call it fasting because it is the fastest way to reconnect. All right? Screenshot the alkaline foods. Shout out to Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi been talking about this. That's why they got rid of Dr. Sebi. You hear me? You don't believe. And this is why knowledge is power, okay? Because the more you know, the more you can operate. Look, then they tell us an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Then they say that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Right? Thank you for the heart. I see. You don't believe though, okay? One last time. I don't know all these people up here. I'm gonna keep it real. We know Tesla, right? We know Jobs. We know Vinci, right? I don't know these people, but I know that they are vegans. And guess what? They were very successful while they were here. And while they are here, some of them still here. All right, if they ain't transfer themselves into another body. Okay? So, no, you ain't got to. I would, though. Okay? Now, everything on this realm is symbols, okay? You got to be able to decode, all right? That is the only way you're going to be able to operate. That's why they say we was born into sin, but they meant sine waves. You got to be able to decode that. Sine waves, because it's vibration frequency. We are in a realm that is based off of energy, frequency, and vibration. All right? And when we get here, everything is light. You see, we see off of light. You get me? Like a projector, okay? It's a wave of light. That's how we able to see, because the light hits our retinas. All right? That's why they say sine wave. Not that we born into sin. They had me scared too. Like, oh shit. We don't even get a chance when we come down here. Soon as we get down here, they talk about, oh, you are born into sin. They tell us that soon as we get down here. And we be confused. I know I was confused. I was like, what? Born into sin? Well, damn, we ain't even have a chance. That's what I was saying. I had to figure it out. You know? Alright? So, once you understand that, you see this? The solar system, That is you. They talking about you. Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, the moon. That correlates to you. That, what they talking about when they say that is this. Hold on. The chakras. They talking about our chakras. They talking about our chakras. Alright? They talking about you. Okay? Symbolism. You see this? I seen this a lot. When I first seen this, I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh, this is evil. I was like, oh, this is demonic. You got to be able to decode. You see, this represents, see, when he says above, below, masculine, feminine, Kundalini. You see the serpent? Kundalini. And the Baphomet, it represents like the animal in man, like the animal nature of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like how, you know, like they can't help themselves. You know, that's what that means. It doesn't mean like somebody walking around. This don't mean that, like, I thought this was the devil. Straight up. See, the Baphomet, he holding his right hand up, right? For the right hand path, for ascension. The left hand is down, right? For descension. It's not a real thing. It's not a real, entity. It symbolizes individualism, like the mindset, your mind. But if you can't decode things like this, you're going to look at this and you're going to think some other shit. Because I know I did. All right? This represents God is oneness. Meaning God is genderless. You see this? God has no gender. No gender. However, when you look at it, you're going to say, oh no, this is of the devil. Right? That's what you're going to say when you see it. I did. At first, that's why I say you got to do your homework. That's why you got to do your homework. You see this? All right? And the wings is for, like, elevation. Like, you start to see things from a higher perspective. The wings represent you seeing things from a higher perspective. You see how it's all about how you look at things? How you able to look at things? Because the average person will look at this and be like, oh, hell no. This is Satanism. That's what you would think. You got to be able to see past the surface. All right? Okay? Now, like I was saying, they use symbols, they use colors because the colors connect to us, all right? So when you see these things, you see that yellow and red, yellow and red, yellow and red. Yellow, red is orange. That's for the lower self, all right? Okay? They trying to get all in your root chakra, in your sacral chakra, in your solar plexus chakra, okay? That's why they use colors and symbols. You hear me? It's all connected. It's all connected. You got to understand how to operate. You got to learn how you operate. You both. You see, you both. You both. See, when you see stuff like this, it doesn't mean it was a real man with a dog head walking around here. Alright? Alright? When you see this, these are symbols. Alright? Representing. These represent things. It doesn't mean the real deal. Alright? So when you break this apart, this is what you get. When you break this apart. You see this everywhere. This is what it represents. You. It represents you. Alright? This represents you. That is the Makurba. Alright? That is the Makurba. Okay? That's your ship. That's your ship. You see how they in a meditative position? Getting ready to beam me up, Scotty. You ever heard them say, beam me up, Scotty? This is how we get beamed up. You hear me? This is how we get beamed up. You can even stand like this. You ain't even gotta sit down for meditation. When you meditate, you can sit down if you doing your root chakra. If you working on your root chakra, then yeah, you can sit down. You can stand just like this. Oh yeah. That's how raw you is. Alright? You hear me? Everything is connected. You see that there? Huh? Everything. You connected to everything. You hear me? It's your Taurus field. Alright? It's always about you. You see, look how when you decode Earth. If you decode Earth, you get the word heart. If you decode the word Earth, you get the word heart. You see, Earth is green. You see, Earth? See how it's green? Heart chakra. You got to know how to decode. You hear me? If you don't do nothing else while you here, learn how to decode. Okay? Because you're connected to everything. Alright? You got to know this. You hear me? Alright? We starting to break. Look. This the veil. We starting to. You see how he peeking out? You see how he peeking out? We starting to realize, hold on now. We starting to realize something ain't right. Look at him. Hold on. They lied. He looking like, hold up. Something ain't right. Hold on. They trying to trap us. They trying to keep us stuck. Alright? They trying to keep us stuck. Hold on. Got something else for you. They want to keep us trapped. Alright? They know what's going on. Look at the secret meetings. Look at the secret meetings. Look at the secret. They know. Look at the symbolism. Look at their logo. That don't look like no round ball to me. This does not look like the ball that they showed us. Hold on. When I was in school. This don't look like that to me. No, that look more dome-ish to me. Right? The black sun. Woo! Woo! Look at that. Woo! They told us 4-leaf clovers was bad. If it's bad, then why do they say it's good luck when you get one? Like, make it make sense. You see how they do? They ain't gonna tell you this. Woo! Hold on now. We heating up. The sun, it's rising, right? It's getting hotter. The black sun. We gotta look into that. Cause I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't even know black sun. I was like, the black sun? What? Oh man. What a time to be alive. And I'm just gonna say this. Please make note, when you are reading things, okay? When you're reading, understand that somebody wrote these things. Understand that somebody is down here like you, and they wrote these things. So you gotta go within. You have to use your discernment. You have to do your own research. You have to do your own homework. Okay? Alright? Do your own homework. When you read, reading should just be... It should just be like an alarm. Reading should just be like a light bulb. It should spark some the information that's already in you. Okay? Alright? So just know when you see stuff like this, it's symbolism. I got one on right now, don't I? It represents, it's all representing. It stands for something else, okay? You gotta know how to decode. There's no other way to put this. Alright? You gotta understand how to decode. Okay? Okay? This is the Holy Grail. Shit. When I first heard Holy Grail, I thought that the Holy Grail was like a goddamn some place that you had go to, and it was very holy, and you got to walk down this grail. I did not know that the Holy Grail is talking about you, your dome, all right, the medulla, all right, and what you put in your cup. This is the cup, the holy cup. What you feed your mind, okay, is what you fill your cup up with. All right. So if you don't know how to decode, you're not. It's gonna go right past you. It's gonna go right past you. You get me? All right. You see this? We see these. This is the power on button. I got one of those right here. Look. Power. Look at the power on button. Okay. Symbolism. They know what is gonna affect us. All right. They know how to get to us without our permission, and they do this shit without your permission. You hear me? They do this without your permission. They don't ask your permission. They do. I ain't never hear McDonald's. I ain't never hear none of these people. I never heard none of these people ask for your permission at all. They ain't come ask you. They ain't come and say, hey, can we use this symbol? Can we use this symbol? No. It's the name of the book. Book of Wisdom. Thanks for the heart, Carl. I see you. All right? And like I said before, when you are reading, please do not take every single thing somebody that you read and take it and run with it. All right? Okay? You're going to get lost in the sauce like that. You're going to have to be able to decode. But like I said, they use codes, they use symbols, you know what I'm saying, all the time. All right? Thank you for the rose. I see you. Thank you for the heart. All right? They know. Look at them. I ain't going to say the name, but look at them. Why you think they doing this? Because they know. They understand. They know. You don't. They know. These people, they know. You don't. You see how they gave us this and told us, look, see how they kept changing how the earth look? Look how they do us. Look at this. This is what they told me. This is what they told me the planet look like. Look how they keep changing this shit. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on now. That's you. It's all about you. Neo. You hear me? You hear me? Now. You got to use your discernment, all right? Use your discernment, okay? Go within, all right? You got to learn how to decode, okay? Practice makes perfect, all right? You got to practice. You got to practice. I had to practice. You got to practice. Once you practice, you start to practice, you'll be able to decode all the time. You know what I'm saying? You can see right through shit once you start learning how to decode. You'll be able to see right through that shit. Even when the news and everybody, you know, the news come to anybody, I don't care what it is or who it is. Once you learn how to decode, you're going to be able to see right past. You're going to be you're going to be oh, that's bullshit. You're going to see right past that, okay? So the best thing you could ever do is learn how to decode. Once you learn how to decode on this realm, you will be able to navigate, all right? I love y'all. We here. Hey, it don't stop. You hear me? Till the next time. Peace.